Now at 10, one person is dead and others injured from a Newton County car crash. Plus, fire sweeps through a Joplin house this evening. And we're going to hear from the general manager of a local gym on finding the motivation to start your fitness journey.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The minimum wage is about to climb in Missouri. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. Employers will have to pay at least $12 an hour effective January 1st. However, the change will not apply to retail and service businesses whose gross annual sales are less than $500,000. Also, the law does not apply to public employers. Employers are required to pay tip to employees at least 50% of the minimum wage, plus any amount necessary to bring the employee's total compensation to a minimum of $12 per hour. Missouri's minimum wage change is the result of a statewide vote in 2018, increasing the minimum wage 85 cents per hour each year through 2023. From more money in your pocket to more money into Missouri's roads, Missouri has one of the most expensive highway systems in the country. That's according to a new report from MoDOT. Noah Tucker reports on where the money is going.
Maintaining Missouri roads is no small task. According to MoDOT, it is the 7th largest road system in the nation. If you wonder how many people travel during the holidays, look no further than the license plates at a local gas station. Think of each of these as dollars going towards Missouri roads.
Two main ways that we're funded is from the federal gas tax and from the state gas tax. And of course, Missouri just recently started increasing the gas tax, and we're still one of the lowest in the nation.
A recent study done by the state shows Missouri road system is huge, but ranks 48th among states in revenue per mile.
That system that we built over the years takes a lot of money to take care of. But I also think it shows that we've done well as a state on managing our money, that we do it with, we're one of the lowest in revenue per mile. So we make that money go as far as it can in taking care of that system.
Steve Schrader says the figures represent MoDOT's mission to keep up with Missouri roads through not only maintenance, but improvements like the $13.6 million James River Freeway widening completed in July.
Within the communities that drive that regularly are pleased with how it turned out. It's received a lot of positive feedback from the community.
And though it didn't come out of MoDOT's regular funds, 2023 will see more of that. The next phase of the I-44 bridge system. That's 25 structures from Joplin to Marshfield.
We took a package of bridges and put them out there to bid, and we're 1 year into a 3-year effort to make those bridges complete. And we will have some pretty impactful work zones next year.
You can find the full report online at modot.org. Jasper County authorities are looking for information on a hit and run crash involving a child. Happened yesterday morning on County Lane 197, a mile east of Carterville, Missouri. Investigators say a black car was driving north on the wrong side of the road and hit a 10-year-old boy from Joplin. The boy suffered only minor injuries. Authorities want to hear from anyone who might have information. A Joplin man has died. 5 more people are injured from a Christmas Day car crash. That crash happened near Coyote and Apricot Road in Newton County. Authorities say the driver, Samuel Mitchell, hit a concrete culvert. Mitchell has died at the hospital. 3 adults in the car suffered minor to serious injuries. 2 children suffered serious injuries. Authorities say no one was wearing a seatbelt. A report from the Missouri State Highway Patrol shows the total number of crashes they worked during the Christmas holiday were up compared to last year. The report looks at crashes from Friday evening to last night. This year, 3 people died in traffic crashes. The Highway Patrol worked a total of 306 crashes. That number is way up compared to last year's 227 crashes. Of course, weather might have been a factor. You can find a full breakdown of the report with the KOAM News Now app. Authorities responded to house fires in multiple areas of the 4 states in the past week. Today, fire crews battled this evening fire in the East Moreland neighborhood of Joplin. Fire began around 5 p.m., 2604 East 11th Street, and authorities had to close down Florida Avenue from 14th to 8th Street. That street has since been reopened. No one was hurt in that fire. In Miami, Oklahoma, authorities search for the cause of a house fire that has now taken the life of a Northeast Oklahoma man days after that fire occurred. Fire happened around 8 p.m. on Friday at 322 B Street Southwest. Fire crews noticed heavy smoke and fire from a bedroom window where they brought out a 56-year-old man. That man died from his injuries yesterday. And in Kansas, Pittsburgh officials today released information about last week's house fire on Forest Street. That fire happened on Friday shortly after 6 a.m. Authorities reported flames rising from the roof of that two-story house. The fire appeared to be in the attic. The fire was under control within about half an hour. No one was hurt, and there is no word yet on the cause of that fire. The temperature trending in the right direction. Let's check in with Doug.
Yeah, we definitely warmed up outside quite a bit more today compared to what we have seen over the past several days. Normal high is 45. We hit 44, which is pretty good. We started at 14 at midnight. In fact, we were actually colder than that prior to midnight, but you can see still most of us are sitting mid to upper 30s to near 40 degrees. We're just not going to drop off too much more. As we go through the overnight hours, southerly winds are going to keep our temperatures up, but the winds are really going to howl, especially late tonight and into the daytime hours for us tomorrow. Of course, it also gives us a little bit of a wind chill. It makes it feel upper 20s to about 30 degrees across the region. All right, so we got a wind advisory in effect. The entire region, this is for tomorrow. Winds are going to be gusting near 50. We're going to start it in the upper 30s. We'll be back to 45 by 10 a.m., but also warming up. We're going to look at all that here in just a little bit.
See you then. The approach of a new year means a lot of people are making New Year's resolutions, of course, and one of the most common resolutions, as always, is to achieve a healthier lifestyle. Whether it's by getting a gym membership or starting a diet, a lot of people want to start the year fresh. But turns out very few people actually keep their New Year's resolutions. According to INC.com, among the 41% of Americans who make New Year's resolutions, only 9% are successful in keeping them. 24 Elite Gym General Manager Trey Frisbee says if you're in the gym, don't be afraid to ask for help.
All of the members have probably started where you've been before. So even asking around or asking somebody how to use a machine, they all know. Nobody's gonna make fun of you for not knowing how to do a bicep curl or how to turn on the treadmill or anything like that. Everyone's here to help each other.
A CBS News poll found the percentage of Americans making New Year's resolutions dropped in 2020 and in 2021. Group meditation may decrease collective stress and subsequently lower crimes and deaths. That's according to researchers in Iowa. A study from Maharishi International University, where staff and students practice transcendental meditation, looked at the impact of group meditation on stress-related tragedies in the U.S., overlapping the work of meditators with FBI and CDC statistics. Emergency rooms in children's hospitals are seeing more visits and revisits related to mental health. A study published today in the journal JAMA Pediatrics found starting in 2015, mental health visits to pediatric emergency departments increased 8% every year for 5 years. About 13% of those patients revisited the hospital within 6 months. The study used data from more than 200,000 patients from 38 children's hospitals across the U.S. Coming up, the U.S. Supreme Court makes a decision concerning immigration on our southern border. Plus, NFL's Sunday Ticket finds itself a new home after a long-standing relationship with DirecTV. The Supreme Court has issued an emergency order that keeps COVID-era restrictions on immigration in place along the southern border, at least for now. The ruling came down this afternoon on what is often referred to as Title 42, a policy that blocks migrants from entering the U.S. for public health reasons. Skylar Henry has more now from Washington.
In a 5-4 vote, the Supreme Court mandated the Biden administration cannot end Title 42, the Trump-era policy that limits entry into the United States because of COVID. More than a dozen Republican governors had sued to keep the policy in place, arguing lifting it would lead to an even greater number of migrants crossing the border. But in his dissenting opinion, Justice Neil Gorsuch wrote, the policy's fate should fall on elected officials, adding, "We are a court of law, not policymakers of last resort. President Biden isn't pleased with the ruling.
And in the meantime, we have to enforce it, but I think it's overdue.
Here in the streets, we've had a terrible time.
The High Court's ruling comes as the situation at the border in El Paso, Texas becomes more desperate.
I went to a shelter, but they told me no, it's just for women and children. So we're here waiting for our family to send us more money so we can continue our trip.
El Paso has extended its state of emergency. People are sleeping on downtown streets.
There are babies, there are little kids here, there are all kinds of people here.
The Supreme Court says it will begin hearing arguments from both sides about the future of Title 42 in February. A final ruling could come next summer. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Title 42 refers to a 1944 public health law that was then put in place under then President Donald Trump at the beginning of the pandemic. It allows people requesting asylum to be turned away at the border on grounds of preventing the spread of disease, such as COVID-19. Since the policy has been in place, more than 2 million asylum seekers have been denied entry into the U.S. Next season, NFL Sunday Ticket's going to have a new home. The National Football League reached a multi-year agreement to stream its Sunday games viewing package on YouTube. The subscription price has not yet been determined, and the NFL says it'll work with YouTube to determine distribution for commercial establishments such as bars. Since it was first launched back in 1994, Sunday Ticket has been available only on DirecTV. A little bit later, the Pitt State men's basketball team looks to stay consistent ahead of their matchup against Avila University.
Plus, the winds are really going to pick up as we go through the night tonight into Wednesday. Those details coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be a warmer day for us today, which is good. Temperatures mid-40s for afternoon highs, which is way above what we really experienced late last week and then, of course, into the holiday weekend. So we will take this melting off the rest of the snow and ice across the region. Nice shot, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. We were mid-30s yesterday. We did drop back early this morning to about 10. And then today we bounced up into the 40s for highs, which, hey, definitely feels much better. All right, 39 in Carthage, 37 in Anderson, Grand 39. We have Fort Scott 37 as well in Neodesha. So everybody pretty much sitting mid to upper 30s. We're near our overnight low. Southerly winds increasing for us tonight into tomorrow. So this will actually keep our temperatures from really dropping off as we go through the rest of the overnight hours, which is good. It's just going to get super windy outside. Already we have south winds sustained 10 to 20 and gusts have been a little bit higher than that, 25 upwards of 30 miles per hour at times. And these are going to get really moving as we go into the morning. But we do have a little bit of a wind chill, 25 in Nevada, 23 in Iola, feels like 33 at Grand Lake, 26 in Mount Vernon. Looking outside, 7th and Rangeline, currently sitting at 40, southerly winds 10 to 15, humidity is at 51%. Through the rest of the overnight hours, we hold upper 30s to near 40, overnight low right around 35. We do have some clouds kind of shooting in. You can see some mid and upper level clouds kind of increasing just to our west. So partly cloudy skies tonight. And then once again, as we go through the daytime hours tomorrow, pretty strong storm system kicking out. Most of this energy is going to shoot across the northern parts of the plain. So for us, we're just going to have some clouds and the wind over the next couple days. Not much in the way of rainfall with this storm system as it passes through. So by midnight, sitting into the mid-30s, we rise near 40 by morning. By noon, we're going to be near 50. By afternoon, you can see a lot of clouds. The high temperatures into the mid-50s, which is pretty good. Tomorrow night, clouds thicken. We may get a little bit of drizzle in here late into Thursday morning, and then mostly cloudy skies on Thursday. Maybe a random shower late Thursday night in our far eastern counties. Just kind of in and out of the clouds a lot as we go through the next couple days. But temps look pretty good. 40 to start, 49 by noon. High temp, 55 for us tomorrow. Here's the problem. We are under a wind advisory due to the very strong southerly winds. Look at these gusts, 50, 55 at times as we go through tomorrow. And then finally tomorrow night and into Thursday, they will start to calm down just a little bit. So wind forecast. Good luck finding your trash can if it's outside and empty, because it is going to be gone when you get winds gusting 50 to about 55 miles per hour. So an alert day with the wind advisory. Up to 63 on Thursday, still breezy. 58 on Friday, a few showers Saturday. Stronger storm system on Monday, giving us a chance for showers and thunderstorms.
What snow remains on the ground now will not remain for long. It was a white Christmas, but it will not be a white New Year's.
Back to brown here pretty soon.
I guess so. Thanks, Doug. Danny here now. The Carthage Tigers at the floor this afternoon.
Carthage is playing in the Rolla Holiday Invitational. Those details coming up. And the Pitt State men return from the Christmas break, eager to stack up some wins. That and more next. The Pittsburgh State Gorillas are back on the floor this afternoon after 10 days off for the Christmas break. Pitt State is 8-3 overall and 4-2 in conference play. The Gorillas' offense has been a consistent strength through those first 11 games. They're averaging 77 points per game. But to win the big ones, Pitt State is focusing more on defense.
I think I've said this from the get-go, is just defense was going to be kind of our mantra. That was going to be what our Achilles heel was probably going to be, because we thought we could score. We've just got to find a way to, when we play the best teams, to shave 6 or 7 points or control some possessions. And so, we're just right on that teetering point of can we just continue to get better and beat some of the top teams in the league.
Pitt State hosts Tabor College in a non-conference matchup on Thursday before returning to MIAA play early next week. On the men's side, the Gorillas have had some ups and downs this season. They're 2-4 in conference play, but 2 of those losses were by 2 or less points. Here's head coach Jeff Boschee on some of the team's early struggles.
We gotta find a way to win. Competing for 40 minutes, and in games that we've lost, we've been up double figures in the first half, and we just, for whatever reason, fall apart offensively, and I think that affects us defensively. And I think we're averaging about 65, 66 points a game. And my 8 years of coaching, I've never had a team that's really struggled to score, and we're having that. And we've shown glimpses of where we can really do it, and we've just got to find a way to get there mentally to continue to do that the whole time.
The Carthage Tigers are in action today, playing in the U.S. Bank Holiday Tournament in Rolla. Carthage meets the 13th-ranked Truman Patriots in the first round. The Tigers take the Patriots down to the wire, but Truman hangs on to win 56-52. Justin Ray scores a team-high 15 points with 3 threes. Max Templeman adds 13. The Oklahoma State Cowboys are making their 17th straight bowl appearance tonight, after finishing the season with a 7-5 record. OSU is playing Wisconsin in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl in Phoenix, Arizona. After a big interception, Stephon Johnson scores an 84-yard touchdown. Oklahoma State leads 7-3 in the second quarter.
A lot going on. Bowl season, NFL season wrapping up soon. Big time for sports.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back. Take time now to honor a local veteran. Bill Yarberry served in the U.S. Army in 1965 and 66. His hometown, Milo, Missouri, and we're proud to salute Sergeant Bill Yarberry, a four-state hero. A Wisconsin waitress worked Christmas Day just like she does every year, but this year she received an unexpected gift. Cody Taylor reports.
Callie Blue is a waitress at Gus's Diner in Sun Prairie. Blue said she works every Christmas, and she said it's something she really enjoys.
I went to work yesterday at 5:30 in the morning after Gus woke me up at 4:50.
This Christmas, while she was waiting on tables, she received something she will never forget.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet.
Hey,
it is so sweet. Oh my gosh. Here, opened the restaurant, and Michael Johnson, who is the CEO of Boys and Girls Club of Dane County, walked in. Talked to him about 45 minutes. I did not know who he was. This was his first time here, and he tipped me $1,000 before he left.
Michael Johnson, CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County, pays it forward every year.
I was a kid who didn't really like the holidays because I grew up in the projects, and my mother just didn't have much, and so it was a holiday that I struggled with.
Now every holiday season, Johnson tries to make people's holiday special.
We gifted a car to a family of 5. You'll see that, over the holidays, we delivered toys to over 600 kids and their families. We took families on shopping sprees.
Johnson also had some extra time to stop by Gus's Diner in Sun Prairie and give Blue the largest tip she'd ever received.
At first I thought it was a total joke, and then I realized it was real, and I cried. It was shocking, and I'm very thankful for it.
Blue said Johnson made her Christmas very special, but more than that, she said it also changed her view of the world.
It's very nice. I imagine your first reaction would be, is there supposed to be that number of zeros on that tip? Where's the decimal point? It's supposed to be there, but good for everybody involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
The weather temperature is certainly looking up.
Yeah, our temperature is going to warm up by about 10 degrees tomorrow. An alert day just due to the very strong winds gusting 50 to 55 at times. 63 on Thursday, 58 on Friday. A few random showers trying to work in on Saturday.
Final sports notes.
The Pitt State men and women return to practice this afternoon. They both host games on Thursday.
Very good. Thanks for joining us. We're going to leave you with video of a Christmas lights decoration on South Elm in Commerce, Oklahoma. Morning show starts at 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.